Now coming to this first law of thermodynamics. So first law of thermodynamics says that heat and work are mutually convertible. So suppose let us consider there is a cycle that is happening here. So process 1 to 2 has come like this, 2 to 3 has been like this, and 3 to 1 is like this. So according to first law of thermodynamics applied to the cycle, here the net amount of work transferred during the cycle will be equal to J into cyclic integral of dou Q. So this J, we call it as mechanical equivalent of heat, and in SI units this mechanical equivalent of heat J has a unit of 1 Newton meter per joule. So this is what is the first law of thermodynamics applied to a cycle. So what does this mean is the work done during process 1 to 2 plus work done during process 2 to 3 plus work done during process 3 to 1. So this will be equal to heat transferred during process 1 to 2 plus heat transferred during process 2 to 3 plus heat transferred during process 3 to 1. So this is what the first law of thermodynamics says, and it says that heat and work are mutually convertible, and this is first law applied to a cycle. See, this first law of thermodynamics can be applied to a closed system as well as open system. So suppose if first law is applied to a closed system undergoing a process, let us say. Now let us consider a piston cylinder arrangement without valves. So this can be considered as a closed system. Now there is certain amount of gas inside this piston cylinder arrangement. Now initially, if we take a PV diagram like this, initially this is at position 1 like this. Now if this gas expands and pushes this piston outwards, so then this will move to a new position like this. Now the volume increases and the pressure decreases. So process 1 to 2 can be written like this. Now when first law is applied to a closed system like this, during this process 1 to 2, the amount of heat transferred Q1 to 2 will be equal to the change in internal energy U2 minus U1 plus work done. See, here we will come across only the change in internal energy because initially this gas possesses certain temperature, and we know that internal energy is a function of temperature. So initial internal energy is U1. So if we supply certain amount of heat during process 1 to 2, when the piston is displaced from this position to the new position, then there will be variation in the internal energy from U1 to U2, and as a result of this piston displacement, certain amount of work will be produced. So if we write the energy balance, initial internal energy U1 plus the amount of heat supplied Q1 to 2, this will be equal to the final internal energy plus the amount of work done. Now from this we will get heat transferred during the process 1 to 2 is equal to change in internal energy during the process plus work done. So here we will be neglecting the effects of kinetic energy variation, potential energy variations, and simply when first law of thermodynamics is applied to a closed system, we will consider only the change in internal energy during this particular condition. We don't consider any other types of energies. Suppose, let us say, first law is applied to open system. So when first law is applied to a open system, let us say there is a pipe in which certain amount of fluid is flowing. Now let me take a small control volume here, and let us consider this as section 1 and this as 2. Now from the reference line, if we take an axis like this, see this axis will be at some distance, let us say Z1 from the datum line or reference line, and this second portion, let us say it is at some distance Z2. Now initially this fluid, because of its position, has certain potential energy. Then at this particular instant this fluid will have certain velocity. So let us say the velocity is c1 here, and at the exit the velocity is c2. Here we are considering volume as v, that's why for velocity I am considering c in order to avoid the confusion. Then because of temperature, the initial internal energy is u1 here, internal energy at this portion is u2. Then at point 1 you will have pressure P1, volume V1, and at this position pressure P2 and volume is V2. Now suppose if I have supplied Q1 to 2, so amount of heat during this process 1 to 2 when the fluid is flowing from first position to second position, then there should be certain amount of work output that should be coming at this point. So the work done during the process we need to consider. Now if I write the energy balance here, first of all we need to consider the potential energy mgz1, this is the potential energy, plus kinetic energy is half m c1 square at the initial position. Then there is certain amount of internal energy u1, and the product of pressure and volume, this product of pressure and volume PV, we call it as flow work. So what does this flow work do? Here you just try to understand. See, if the fluid has to flow in this particular direction, see this P1 V1, the product of P1 V1 is the cause for movement of the fluid in this particular direction. See, if P1 V1 product is greater than P2 V2, then the fluid starts flowing in this direction. Suppose if P2 V2 is more than P1 V1, the fluid will be flowing in the reverse direction. So the product of pressure and volume is the cause for movement of the fluids inside the pipes or some devices that we use in the engineering applications. So U1 plus P1 V1 plus here we are supplying certain amount of heat, that is Q1 to 2. Now this will be equal to mgz2, the potential energy at exit, plus half m c2 square, this is the kinetic energy, plus u2 plus p2 v2 plus the amount of work output that we are getting. So this is the energy balance equation that we need to consider when we consider an open system. Now let me write here Q1 to 2 is equal to mg into z2 minus z1 we can write, plus half m into c2 square minus c1 square, plus see u plus pv is nothing but the enthalpy, so we can write it as capital H here. So therefore, instead of U plus PV, let us write H2 minus H1 plus the amount of work output. So here the amount of heat supplied will be equal to change in potential energy plus change in kinetic energy plus change in enthalpy plus work done. See, the sum of all these three, we can write it as total energy variation E2 minus E1. So E2 minus E1 plus work done, we can write. So where E is the total energy variation, which is the sum of potential energy, kinetic energy and enthalpy of that particular position. So this is the first law of thermodynamics applied to a open system equation. So for closed system, we have written Q122 is equal to U2 minus U1 plus work done. See, as this is a closed system, here the fluid is not entering into the system or leaving the system. So sometimes we can also refer this as first law of thermodynamics applied to non-flow process. And here first law of thermodynamics applied to open system, we can consider also as first law applied to flow processes. So first law is applied to flow process. So this same equation we will learn again, and that is nothing but the steady flow energy equation, which is applied for open systems. Okay,